Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby talked about this morning, and talked also about how she is the daughter of two police officers, both her parents. Her grandfather started the first African-American Police Officers Association in the state of Massachusetts back in the day. He's apparently passed on. And the thing that blew my mind about this, I mean, I watched her announcement this morning, and there was one point where I had tears in my eyes. I mean, it takes a lot to provoke me, but I mean, I think we're witnessing, and reality check this with me, I think we're witnessing an actual tipping point, an actual transformational moment in the history of this country. I think it's being driven by technology. I think it's being driven by the fact that we now see the things that, and by we, I'm talking in large part the white community in the United States, is now seeing the horrors that the black community in the United States faces literally daily at the hands of police officers all over this country. And this disruptive technology of these cell phone cameras is just awesome, what it's doing. I don't know if you've seen this website, Killed by Police, by killedbypolice.net. So far this year, since January 1st, 392 people have been killed by police officers in the United States. Now, in Great Britain, it's 2 over the last 10 years, if my recollection of that statistic is correct. But here in the United States, just since January 1st, today is May 1st, happy May Day, by the way. Just since January 1st, 392 people have been killed by police officers. You can see the entire list over at killedbypolice.net. And we got a problem in this country. And one of the things that I thought was really extraordinary was that Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby did not go to a grand jury. She didn't do the whole little song and dance where the grand jury hangs out with the cops and hangs out with the prosecutors and they all get, and isn't it, the Ferguson dance, right? She just brought charges. It's like, wow. Now, on the other hand, there has been, in my opinion, nowhere near enough coverage about what has happened, both to Kevin Moore and to Ramsey Orta. Ramsey Orta is the guy who filmed the death of Eric Garner in New York City. And basically the cops hunted him down and arrested him. And the guy who filmed the Freddie Gray arrest, and why the media doesn't acknowledge his name and his situation every time they play that video, I don't know. But they should. Kevin Moore filmed Freddie Gray's arrest. He gave that video to the police. He talked with the police. They knew who he was. He also gave it to the media. And then after he gave the video to the police, according to Kevin Moore, he himself, first the Baltimore police issued a photo of him and said, can anybody help identify this guy? When they are apparently already, according to him, already knew who he was. In fact, his comment when he was with the Cop Watch group, right? And his comment when he put it out was, he says, and then they put his picture out. He says, what's so important that you have to plaster my picture all over the internet? I've already spoken. How do you not know that picture is me? I mean, that's me. I know that's all 6'5", 260 pounds of me. For the police to post that picture and say they don't know who I am, that's BS. You know who I am. And he says, by the way, that Freddie Gray was folded up like origami. But we have to, I think the next step, and the Supreme Court has already weighed in on this, but it's apparently not filtered down or something. We've got to protect people who are, as these Cop Watch programs are growing, who are keeping an eye on the people who are supposed to be serving and protecting us, not, occupying and terrorizing us. And there are many good cops in this country. And there are many good police departments who actually do serve and protect, but there are way too many bad cops in this country. There are way too many cops who I mean, just the opportunity to beat the crap out of somebody is like, oh boy. And we've got a serious policing problem that we need to do something about. So anyhow, my rant on that. I think it's a fine thing. The other point, by the way, that Marilyn Mosby made in the context of pointing out that she's the daughter of 2 police officers, the granddaughter of a police officer, is that these 6 officers being indicted in Baltimore does not mean that the Baltimore Police Department is being indicted. That the Baltimore Police Department and the police chief, I believe, is going to be holding a press conference, or maybe it's the mayor is going to be holding a press conference any minute now. That the police department, they're working on reforming this police department. Now, the Baltimore cops have a pretty bad, reputation for police violence. They've paid out over $6 million as a consequence of people suing them for police brutality, just in the last couple of years. So, it's a serious issue. But the sense that I got this morning, and I mean, here's the sad irony about it. The sense that I got this morning is that we have hit a tipping point. Things are changing, and the sad part about it is that it took this long for essentially the white power structure of this country, and the clueless white people out there who, just don't know what life is like for African Americans, don't have any sense of it, to finally just be slapped upside the head by these videos and wake up. The other thing is, Baltimore has a black mayor, a black chief of police, and this state's attorney was African American. People say, oh, it doesn't matter. I think it does. Now, that said, I would hope that if it was a white mayor and a white chief of police and a white prosecutor, that they would have done the same thing. But history seems to indicate that that's not how it works.